All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're unpacking a playbook for the future of marketing. A future where AI isn't just some tool you use, but a partner you actually create with. And as we'll see, this is a fundamental shift that's changing the entire game for every brand and creative out there. This one sentence just nails it. This is the massive change happening right under our noses. We're moving way beyond thinking of AI as just another app, and we're starting to see it as an active participant in the creative process, a co-creator. And that idea is changing absolutely everything. So, to really get a handle on what this new world looks like, we're breaking down a fascinating report from the research group Endata, which pretty much lays out the key marketing trends we can expect for 2025 and 2026. This comes to us from the Flow Tao Salon, where they're always tracking these big shifts. And what Endata found is that the era of just experimenting with AI is, well, it's over. Brands are no longer using AI as a fun, one-off gimmick. No, they are embedding it deep into the very core of their marketing strategies. We're talking about a fundamental, structural change here. So, what's the engine driving this incredible transformation? Well, it all comes down to a technology you've probably been hearing about constantly: artificial intelligence generated content, or as you'll see it everywhere, AIGC. So, just so we're all on the same page here, AIGC is basically technology that can learn from these massive, massive amounts of data, text, pictures, videos, and then generate completely new, totally original content. It's not just copying and pasting, it is actually creating. And listen, this is not some small niche market. The Endata report is projecting that the AGIC market in China alone is going to hit 25.7 billion RMB. That's over $3.5 billion US dollars by 2025. The economic scale we're talking about is just staggering. But what's really wild is the speed. I mean, just look at this growth curve. A few years ago, this market barely even existed, and now it is just exploding. This is pretty much what a technological gold rush looks like in chart form. And this isn't some far-off futuristic trend we're talking about. The data shows that over half, 53% of advertisers are already using AIGC. So this isn't about what's coming down the road. It's about what is happening right this second. Mass adoption is officially here. Okay, so when you have that many people jumping on board, it's really no surprise that this technology is making waves in pretty much every industry. Let's take a look at the whole ecosystem. The report kind of breaks this whole AIGC world down into a few layers. First, you've got this super powerful technical layer. Think next-gen models for text, images, and video. Then there's the application layer, which is where it gets integrated into real businesses. And finally, you have the user base, and it's a huge one, with over 120 million people already using AI-native apps. And you can see this in action absolutely everywhere. On one hand, it's powering these stunningly surreal creative campaigns, like this crazy ad for the fashion brand Jacquemus. But on the other hand, it's also humming away in the background, driving everything from customer service bots to supply chain logistics. The impact is just so broad. I mean, think about it. Media outlets are generating news in real time. E-commerce sites are creating personalized ads for every single visitor. It's helping write scripts in Hollywood and build living, breathing worlds in video games. The penetration is deep and it is wide. Okay, but it's not all smooth sailing, right? This rapid adoption comes with some serious challenges. It's not as simple as just pushing a button and getting perfect content. And this brings us right back to our main idea: the shift from a simple tool to a co-creator, which really demands a whole new way of thinking. And check out this fantastic real-world example from a video game. An AI wrote a script for a character who was an 8-year-old girl. So what happens? On Valentine's Day, that AI-driven character tried to flirt with the player. As one gamer perfectly put it, it was truly disgusting. You see, the AI generated grammatically perfect sentences, but it completely missed the human context, the values, the simple appropriateness of the situation. And that failure is so incredibly important. It proves that the goal can't just be to pump out content. The AI needs a human partner to provide direction, to make sure the output aligns with the brand's voice, and, way more importantly, with human values. Quality control and safety, they're not just nice-to-haves, they are absolutely essential. So after digging through all of this, the Endata report basically boils this entire transformation down to 3 crucial takeaways. 3 things anyone in marketing or a creative field needs to know right now. Okay, finding number 1, AI's role has permanently changed. It's not a support tool anymore for tweaking ad spend or finding keywords. It is now a core creative engine. And the value here is just a massive leap in both the speed and the scale of what's creatively possible. Finding number 2, this is not a niche technology anymore. With a consumer user base of over 120 million and businesses everywhere adopting mature solutions, this is officially mainstream. The time to get on board was probably yesterday, because the competitive advantage is being created as we speak. And finally, the third and maybe most important finding of all. The future isn't about AI working solo. The absolute best, most effective use of this tech is a partnership. It's about combining the incredible generative power of the machine with human strategy, human judgment, and human taste. That is where the real value is unlocked. Not just in creating more stuff, but in creating better, more powerful, more resonant experiences. So the crucial point to take away from all this is simple. This whole story isn't about replacing human creativity. It's about augmenting it, empowering it with an unbelievably powerful new partner. Which really leaves us with the most important question moving forward. A question for every single creative, every marketer, every brand out there. How will you co-create with AI?